She seemed like any other babushka, one of the countless grandmothers populating the vast concrete jungle of St. Petersburg, Russia. Older women, often seen in headscarves, carrying string bags full of groceries. Their lives, etched with wrinkles and etched with hardship, often went unnoticed. But Tamara Samsonova was different. Behind her grandmotherly facade lurked a terrifying secret, a darkness that would earn her the chilling moniker, the Granny Ripper. This is the story of a seemingly ordinary woman who was anything but. It's a journey into the heart of darkness, a chilling reminder that evil often wears the most unassuming mask. Tamara Samsonova lived a life that seemed utterly mundane. She was just another face in the crowd, blending seamlessly into the fabric of everyday life. She resided in a typical panel apartment block in the Kupchino district of St. Petersburg, a place known for its unremarkable utilitarian architecture. A city steeped in history and culture, yet here, amidst the sprawling concrete landscape, her life played out in quiet anonymity. The bustling streets and historic landmarks seemed worlds away from her daily existence. Neighbors knew her as a quiet, unassuming woman. She was the kind of person who could easily be overlooked, someone who never drew attention to herself. She was polite, even friendly at times. She would exchange pleasantries with the store clerks and occasionally help a neighbor in need. There was nothing remarkable about her, nothing to suggest the horrors that lay beneath the surface. Her days were filled with routine activities and she seemed content with her simple life. Tamara had worked a variety of jobs throughout her life. Each job was a testament to her work ethic and her ability to adapt to different roles. She had been a hotel maid, a shop assistant. These roles allowed her to interact with people from all walks of life, yet she remained an enigma to those around her. She had even spent some time working in a prestigious hotel, frequented by tourists and businessmen alike. It was a place of luxury and opulence, a stark contrast to her modest living conditions, all seemingly normal jobs for an ordinary woman. Her work history painted a picture of a diligent, hard-working individual. But beneath the veneer of normalcy, a storm was brewing. Her outward appearance masked a troubled mind, one that harbored dark secrets. A darkness was festering in Tamara's soul. It was a hidden part of her that no one could see, a sinister force that would eventually come to light. Valentina Ulanova, 79, lived in the same building as Tamara. She was a kind woman, always willing to lend a helping hand. Valentina often helped Tamara with errands and household chores. They seemed like the unlikeliest of friends, yet their shared routines and proximity had forged a bond between them. Then, one day, Valentina vanished. It was as if she had disappeared into thin air. Her worried family reported her missing. The police initially treated it as a routine case, another elderly person lost in the city's sprawl. Little did they know that they were about to step into a nightmare. Days after Valentina's disappearance, a gruesome discovery rocked the quiet neighborhood, shattering the peace and tranquility that residents had always known. Body parts, dismembered and wrapped meticulously in plastic, were found scattered around various locations near Tamara Samsonova's apartment building, sending shockwaves through the community. The police were met with a scene straight out of a horror movie, a nightmarish tableau that no one could have ever imagined in their worst dreams. Fear and suspicion gripped the community as neighbors whispered among themselves, trying to make sense of the horror that had invaded their lives. Who could have committed such a heinous act? The question lingered in the air, heavy and oppressive as detectives pondered the mystery. The investigation began in earnest, with detectives meticulously examining every piece of evidence. It didn't take long for investigators to zero in on a person of interest. Security cameras from the apartment building captured a chilling image, a crucial piece of the puzzle that would lead them closer to the truth. A shadowy figure, struggling under the weight of a large black bag, was seen leaving the building around the time of Valentina's disappearance, raising more questions than answers. The figure was identified as Tamara Samsonova, an elderly woman whose seemingly ordinary life hid a dark and sinister secret. whispers of a dark secret. News of the gruesome discovery and Tamara's potential involvement spread like wildfire through the community. Neighbors, once accustomed to her quiet presence, now looked upon her with suspicion and fear. Whispers of past incidents and strange behavior began to surface. Some recalled seeing Tamara talking to herself, engaged in heated arguments with unseen entities. Others remembered unsettling encounters, a glint of madness in her eyes. Had they been blind to the signs all along? Had a monster been living among them, hiding in plain sight? The Diary of a Killer. The discovery of Tamara's diary sent shockwaves through the investigation and beyond. Written in a mixture of Russian, English, and German, the diary detailed in chilling detail a string of murders spanning over 2 decades. It was a window into the mind of a monster, a chilling chronicle of her dark deeds. The diary entries were explicit and unrepentant, describing the murders in graphic detail. She wrote of her methods, her victims, and the chilling ease with which she took their lives. The diary became a key piece of evidence, a testament to the horrifying truth that Tamara Samsonova was a serial killer. The Granny Ripper. The media frenzy surrounding the case was immediate and intense. The image of this seemingly harmless grandmother, juxtaposed with the heinous nature of her crimes, captured the public's imagination. The nickname, the Granny Ripper, stuck, forever cementing her image as a macabre figure in the annals of true crime. The world watched in horror and fascination as the details of her crimes unfolded. The case became a global sensation, a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most unassuming individuals. Inside the mind of a monster. Criminal psychologists and forensic psychiatrists were called upon to analyze the case and shed light on the mind of Tamara Samsonova. They pored over her diary entries, scrutinized her life history, and interviewed those who knew her. What drove a seemingly ordinary woman to commit such horrific acts? Some experts theorized that she suffered from a severe personality disorder, possibly antisocial personality disorder or borderline personality disorder. Others pointed to potential psychotic episodes, evidenced by her diary entries and reported erratic behavior. The question of her sanity, whether she was truly aware of the gravity of her actions, became a central point of contention. The walls close in. As the investigation deepened, the net closed in on Tamara Samsonova. The evidence against her was overwhelming. The diary, the security footage, and the gruesome discoveries near her apartment. The police had their prime suspect, and the world watched as the Russian justice system prepared to put the Granny Ripper on trial. The trial of Tamara Samsonova was a media spectacle. Journalists and curious onlookers flocked to the courtroom, eager to catch a glimpse of the woman who had horrified the world. Throughout the proceedings, Tamara remained eerily calm and collected. She showed no remorse, no sign of guilt or regret. A chilling lack of remorse. Tamara's demeanor throughout the trial was chilling. She seemed detached, almost amused by the proceedings. When asked about her victims, she spoke of them with a chilling indifference. Her lack of remorse shocked even seasoned investigators and legal professionals. It was as if she was incapable of comprehending the gravity of her actions, the pain and suffering she had inflicted. The world watched in disbelief as the Granny Ripper sat in the courtroom, a grandmotherly figure accused of unspeakable acts. The contrast between her appearance and her crimes was jarring, a stark reminder that evil can wear many faces. The monster next door. Tamara Samsonova, infamously known as the Granny Ripper, was found guilty of her heinous crimes and sentenced to life in prison. Her trial was a spectacle, drawing attention from media outlets around the world. She was incarcerated in a high-security psychiatric facility, where she remained until her death in 2015. The facility, known for housing some of the most dangerous criminals, became her final home. Her case sent shockwaves across the globe, a chilling reminder that monsters can lurk in the most unexpected places. The international media covered her story extensively, with headlines that left readers in disbelief and horror. The story of the Granny Ripper serves as a haunting reminder that we can never truly know what lurks beneath the surface. Her seemingly innocent appearance masked a dark and twisted reality. Evil can hide in plain sight, concealed behind a mask of normalcy. In the quiet suburbs where everyone appears to live ordinary lives, sinister secrets can be buried deep. It's a chilling thought, a reminder to be wary of the shadows that lurk in the corners of our minds and the secrets that people keep hidden from the world. The story of Tamara Samsonova is a stark warning that danger can be closer than we think, even next door.